Good morning from Northampton County, Pennsylvania. We are just south of Walnutport, and we are standing in the Bertsch Creek, B-E-R-T-C-H. The reason we are here today, well, the original reason that we are here today is because just off in this direction are the remains of some of the Lehigh Canal or Lehigh Coal Navigation System. Down there you have Lock 27, and you also have the remains of the Bertsch Creek Aqueduct. But with the amount of rain that we've had for the past week, it's too difficult to get down there at the moment. So we're going to have to save that for another time when the creek and or river is lower, because this creek, maybe 200 yards to the west, would drain into the Lehigh River, which is just beyond this tree line right here. And there's actually, let me see if I can zoom in on it. It's probably not clear, but if you see the stone wall right there, that's part of Lock 27. I believe Lock 27 and Lock 26 were connected by the Birch Creek Aqueduct, but I'm trying to figure that out. Not exactly positive about that. But since we can't get down there, we're going to check out this old culvert. And believe it or not, it is old. So you're looking at it, you're going, Kev, it's concrete and it's steel. And it's got a 1991 date stamp, which means it was built by Conrail, which is pretty neat. But the railroad above us is originally the Lehigh and Susquehanna, which was a subsidiary of the Lehigh Coal and Navigation System. After the upper portion of the Lehigh Canal got washed out by flooding in the 1830s, they opted not to rebuild, and instead they built a railroad known as the Lehigh and Susquehanna. And then eventually, I believe in 1871, the Central Railroad of New Jersey would take a lease on that railroad, and they would operate on that up into the 1970s, I believe, when they finally pulled out of Pennsylvania. I think it was 1971, I was told, 72. So this culvert, even though it's steel and concrete now, underneath that steel, is some of the original stonework that was done by the Lehigh and Susquehanna, or built for the Lehigh and Susquehanna by the Lehigh Coal and Navigation Company. And there's actually some stonework on this side, which is why I'm taking the time to show this to you. If it was just concrete and corrugated steel, it wouldn't be really worth checking out. But the Bertsch Creek, although I don't have any proof of this, must experience some heavy flooding, or must have experienced some heavy flooding in 1990 possibly, or 1991. Because I can't imagine that Conrail would have gone through all this trouble to rebuild this culvert. And you may say, well, how do you know it's Conrail? And I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay, so if we look up there, Conrail, 1991. And then here is some of the original stone from what I believe is when the Lehigh and Susquehanna first built this culvert. Now again, I'm speculating that it was a flood that prompted Conrail to build this. Maybe it was track realignment as well, I'm not sure. And what's neat is you can see how they had the plywood there for the wood, what's the word I'm looking for? Forms. And it left behind the wood grain in the concrete. So what runs above us now? Well, that's the Norfolk Southern Lehigh line now. That's the line that runs out of Allentown through Catasauqua, through Palmerton, up into Jim Thorpe, all the way up to Hazleton. But I saw this from the road in the fall, or wintertime, and I've always wanted to check it out, get a good look at this stonework. Let's go walk across real quick. No idea how they would have got that steel in there unless they just anchored it into the existing culvert and then filled it with concrete perhaps and some stone. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure that that is 1840s stonework there, what remains of it from the Lehigh and Susquehanna. It's a pretty neat little spot. Again, the water is usually not this high, but Tropical Storm Debbie just left town. Still moving pretty good through here. Alright, so there you go, 1991 Conrail Culvert. Built on top of the 1840s Lehigh and Susquehanna stonework. And this is the Bertsch Creek. Thanks, folks.